feel so sad and depressed. My life is falling apart. Everything is just going wrong. I don't know what to do. And then you have the person be like, oh, you're sad and depressed. Okay, what I feel you should do is to express gratitude. Okay? Seriously. Hey guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. Let me start off by wishing you guys a happy new year. Thank you so much for all the support that I got in 2020. I'm so grateful. Please, let's do better this year because I really aim to build the farm bigger. So please make sure to subscribe, engage, share, comment and like so more people can see my videos and they can join the farm too. So on today's video, I'll be having a real talk on depression. Now, I'm not a professional or anything, but I have gone through that phase. So the advices that I'll be sharing today are the ones that I desperately wished I had gotten when I was in that dark place. They surely would have helped me come out quicker, better and stronger. But anyways, I'm going to be sharing them with you guys today and hopefully it helps someone out there. Honestly, I hate to start the year off on a sad topic like this, but the suicide rates caused by depression is really getting higher day by day. Like, it's getting alarming. So that's why I'm dedicating a whole video to it and hopefully it helps someone out there. So without further ado, let's get on with this video. Okay, so the first advice that I'm going to give to you is to be willing to help yourself. Because if you're not, then you're not going to be able to take the further advices that I'm going to give in this video. So be ready and be willing to help yourself get out of the situation that you're currently in. From there, you can move on to my second tip, which is to identify the problem. Now, when we are dealing with depression or sadness, it's mostly caused by the things around us or the inner battles that we face inside of us. So it will help you to really narrow down what it really is. For example, if you're going through so many family issues or inferiority complex or things like that, it doesn't have to be one problem. You can have like 2, 5 or whatever. Just make sure to point it out so you can know the solutions that are really meant to help with each of these problems. From there, it will be so much more easier to solve them. The next tip that I have for you is to find and do something that will give you a high sense of value, that will genuinely make you feel important. Now, why am I saying so? When you're depressed or you're very sad, you mostly feel this sense of minority. Why? Because the problems that you're currently facing may seem bigger than life, and that makes you feel so much more weaker. Since you're not able to solve these problems immediately or fix your issues, you feel like you are worthless or useless and you just feel weak. You feel pressed down that you can't do anything to help yourself. So say find something that will make you feel worthy, will make you feel productive, will make you feel useful, would make you feel like you matter. Then your mind can actually accept that you're worth more, and that's when you'll be able to fight back. I would suggest a talent or a hobby, something that makes you stand out stronger, stand out bolder. That will really help you fight back. The next tip that I have for you, which I desperately wish that someone told me this one, is to understand and accept that your life is not a competition. You are allowed to have setbacks, and when you do, you are not a failure. So don't pressure yourself. Deal with the issues and move on. Why I'm saying this is because there's this certain thought pattern, or should I say mentality, that is so rampant in my country, that there's this kind of cycle you have to follow. Like, you have to go through education, and when you're done with that, get a job, and you should get married. Note the key word, you should get married and you should have kids. Like, there's that cycle, and when you don't follow that cycle, you're considered odd or not normal or just a failure. You are not any of those if you do not want to follow that cycle. You want to live your life. This life is yours. You came into this life alone and you're going back alone. This is your race. So don't feel that you have to live for the society. Live a life that you will actually be happy and proud of. For example, look at this situation where you have finished your education and you're so proud of the degree that you got, and you have a beautiful job that you're so proud of, but then your friends are married off and you are left off. and then you start feeling so horrible that your life is a mess, that is not complete, because of how everyone is thinking that you should get married after you have gotten a job, and you should have that has to end. Okay, this life is your race. You are not competing with anyone. You shouldn't feel that you have to live up to the society's impression of a successful person. It's no trophy for the best life lived or anything like that. Live for yourself, and believe me, once you accept that your life is not competition, oh my god, you're going to feel so free, you're going to feel so much more happier, and the chances of falling into depression is going to be from here to here. So understand and accept that your life is your own. Focus on improving you, focus on living a life that you're happy and proud of, and that you feel better about yourself. The next tip that I have for you, which is the $1 million advice that you get everywhere when you are dealing with depression or just sadness in general, is to find someone to talk to. Now, the pointers that I wish they added to that advice when I was in that phase was these two. Number one, choose wisely. Seriously, it was like nobody was making any emphasis on this. When I say choose wisely, I mean you should actually pick people that are trustworthy, someone that you actually trust a lot and have faith in, that will keep the issue to him or herself. I've been in a situation where I confided in someone and the person used the information to hurt me. That brought my trust issues from 0 to 100. So when you are going to confide in someone, find someone trustworthy that you actually trust with the information and will keep it in a way that doesn't affect you, because when it does affect you, it makes this depression thing so much more worse. The second sub tip that I wish they added to the whole find someone to start to advise is that you should find someone that will give you a certain reaction, that is the reaction that you want at that point in time. When you are sad or you're depressed, there are mostly 3 reactions that you are looking for. That is a listening ear, because when you are sad or depressed, you mostly feel ignored, that nobody is giving you attention, nobody is paying attention to you. So a listening ear is very important. Second one that you're looking for is comfort. Obviously, you're emotional, you're sensitive, you are sad. You need a comforting hand, you need a comforting shoulder, someone to comfort you and make you feel better. The third one is advice. When you are depressed or sad, you probably don't know what else to do to make yourself feel better, so you might reach out to a second party to hear their opinion. Maybe they can have some useful advice that will make you feel better. Okay, so let me drop you guys a little story time. When I was going through that phase, I wanted to talk to someone outside of my family. I wanted a whole outsider's view. I wanted someone that was also my age mate. I felt like the person would understand me more and get what I was feeling. So I reached out to this friend, a very great friend, by the way. Now, I'm going to be very real with you. After the talk that I had with him, I felt so much more worse. This friend is a great friend, but at that point, I was looking for comfort. I was looking for someone that would at least give me comforting words to make me feel stronger than I was, because I felt so weak at that point. But what I got in return was judgment and criticism. Like, guy, I know that my life is already shitty. I'm already blaming myself enough. I do not need you to make me blame myself more than I already am. It was so bad. When I'm saying find someone that you want a certain reaction from, make sure you take this tip seriously, because the outcome of that talk with that outsider, that family or that friend, can affect you positively or negatively. So if you're looking for comfort, find someone that will give you comfort, not blunt honesty like I got myself into. Oh my god, it wasn't helpful at all. So if you're looking for comfort, find someone that will give you comfort. If you're looking for someone that will just listen to you, find that type of person. If you're looking for someone that will give you very good advice, the kind that will not make you feel horrible, or you're strong enough to accept blunt honesty, then go for that. Just be very careful who you're going to. So those sub tips again: choose wisely. That is someone you trust, that will not spread your secret around and make you feel so much more worse. And then someone that will give you a certain reaction that you want at that certain point in time. And if you don't have the type of person that you're looking for, just kindly take yourself and talk to a professional, because if you should risk talking to the wrong person, you're going to feel horrible. The outcome might make you feel worse and make you do something drastic. So talk to a professional. They're experienced, so they should be able to give valuable advice. Or you can also try communities that are filled with people that are dealing with things similar to yours but are also healing. It's very, very important that you get into a community that, even though there are people dealing with depression in that community, they are also working on healing. There is a very good instructor that is working on helping these people heal, because you don't want to be dealing with depression and then surrounded by fellow people that are dealing with depression, people that are not even trying to heal. It will not help you. So find that community that is dealing with similar problems but they are also trying to heal. That would be a very nice safe haven for you to heal. Also, I hear that there are applications that offer such communities. By then, I didn't even know any of this, but I hear that there are very good applications that offer these kinds of communities. So you should probably check those out, find the one that suits you, and just go on. Next tip that I have for you is that you should not be afraid to go off and heal. You should not be afraid to take time off and heal yourself. Your mental health is so important. You really should not joke around with that. So don't be embarrassed, because then I felt pressured. I was like, if I should go off, then people would think that I didn't have my life together. But the truth was, I really did not. So why am I pretending that I'm okay? Feel free to take time off, heal. If you want to change the whole environment, then do it. Just take time off to heal your mind, your soul, your body, everything. People always talk, whether you do it or not, so you might as well do something that's gonna make you happy. So take time off social media. I'm not shading social media, but like, if I'm being real with you, social media, when I look at it, is like a world. It's filled with people that have been shaped in different environments. Consider yourself, okay, as a privileged person that grew up getting things so much more easier. Then compare to someone that's had to struggle to get every single thing. You have been shaped in different environments. That person is probably so much more toughened up, and the way they talk is not going to be the same way you talk. So they can drop a savage reply that they consider is a joke, while you are there taking it to heart and then hurting yourself because of what they say. It's filled with so much savagery. Not only that, on social media, if we are being really, really honest, it's filled with some very broken people. When I say broken, please don't think that you're any less perfect. When I say broken, I mean people that are deeply hurt but are yet to heal. So when they come up there, you might just see them venting out the aggression, giving out replies, trying to hurt other people to make themselves feel better. That is the only way they feel they can feel good about themselves. That's the only way they feel they can get out of the issues that they are dealing with. So you are there taking all that in, with the depression that's already going on and the sadness that is filling your soul. Do you really want to stay in that kind of environment? No, don't do that to yourself. Take time off, take a break, go off to somewhere that you'll be happier, somewhere that will make you feel so much more better, and just take your time and heal. It's your life. Do you. The next tip that I have for you is that your diet matters. Oh my Lord, when I'm talking about diet, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about what you watch, what you read, and what you listen to. These things matter so much because what we consume manifests in our mind and in our actions. So if you're busy consuming things that make you feel negative, maybe you're watching sad stories all day, or you're just reading sad books, and you're just surrounded by sad people that talk about negative things, then obviously you're going to feel worse, you're going to feel negative, you're going to feel awful. So if you want to feel positive, you want to feel happier, then surround yourself and consume things that make you feel that positivity. Read motivational books. If you can't get access to that, then surround yourself with positive quotes. Read the Bible, or just watch happy stories, happy movies, things like that. Listen to the Gospels, or listen to music that uplifts you, things that will uplift your spirit, things that will make you feel better, make you feel positive. That is going to help you so much. Now my next tip for you is to find quick, impactful distractions. Because when you are sad and depressed, it could be these tiny voices in your head that are discouraging you from going on with your life, or just doing things that can make your life better. These voices are wrong. I had them so prominent, and truth be told, these voices can give you very valid reasons why you shouldn't go on. Please do not listen to them. They are wrong. They are lies. They really are lies. that's trying to stop you from being better than how you could be. So when this come up, try to find quick distractions, little things that can at least get that train of thought out of your head. It could be watching a silly cartoon or reading a nice quote or just anything. You can even choose to talk to someone just to get the voices out of your head. Now, if you choose that, please don't forget what I said earlier. If you don't have someone that is going to give you very good advice, then preferably please go to someone that is going to make you laugh, because honestly, you do not want to find yourself in this kind of situation when you are like, I feel so sad and depressed. My life is falling apart. Everything is just going wrong. I don't know what to do. And then you have the person be like, oh, you're sad and depressed. Okay, what I feel you should do is to express gratitude. Okay? Seriously? Like, okay, then you now ask, okay, how do I start to express gratitude when I'm hurting so deeply and everything in my life is falling apart? Literally, my life is just so awful right now. But then you're going to get you see what I mean? So preferably, if the person is not good with advice, because not everybody is, try to go to someone that will make you laugh, or find a quick distraction that is entertaining, something that can really distract you so the tiny voices in your head can get out for the moment. Don't get me wrong, the whole express gratitude thing is a very good advice, but if we are being very honest, okay, when your life is so shitty and like it's so awful and horrible and everything's just going wrong, you won't be that grateful to be alive at that moment. You really won't be that grateful for the said life. So it's best to take the tension off, find a distraction that will get that tension off. Then when you are like feeling better, you'll be able to see clearly what you can be grateful for in your life. Now, my last tip for you is to get closer to God. Let me be real with you guys. When I was in that stage, I found it very difficult to keep on my faith, because I was so angry with God. At that stage, I was like, why am I hurting? I thought only bad people go through all this. Why am I feeling this pain? I didn't do anything wrong. I was so confused and lost and angry at him because of all that I was feeling, all the questions that I had unanswered. But at the same time, something in my head was telling me I should push to be closer, because I was looking for peace. Literally, you feel so choked up, there's always this bad voice in your head, or there's just something that makes you feel choked up and just tired of life. You want to just end it all, but don't do that. I get that feeling. I get the feeling of searching and yearning for peace. I was so grateful that something in my head at that point was still pushing me, trying to get me to be closer to God, that I should get closer to Him and then I'll find peace. And truth be told, I did. He's the only one that can give you the peace that you want. The other peace where you end your own life is not peaceful, is not the best way, is not even a good option. So don't go there. Instead, try to get closer to God. He is the one that will give you an amazing peace that when you feel it, you just, I can't even express it. You feel amazing, and then you come out to be such a stronger person that you never ever thought you could ever be. You'll be so much more stronger, so much more wonderful, so much more better. So yes, that is my last tip for you. Get closer to God and you'll be so much more grateful that you did, I promise. So before I end this video, I just want to say that whatever is making you feel down or depressed, please understand and accept that it can get better. It will get better. Understand how tough that is to even listen to, because when I was in that phase, I was always wondering, Is life really worth going on with? Because I was so miserable, I was so unhappy, and I wasn't at peace, constantly choked up. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I was like, what is the point? What is the need to go on? But I'm so glad I did, and you would be too if you do, because it will get better. You just need to be able to overcome this, because once you do that, you come out so much more stronger. You become this person that you never ever thought you could be. You can be an inspiration to so many people out there. So please hold on tight, just focus on improving yourself and getting closer to God, and believe me, it will work well for you. Now, if you're not in that situation, if you're not feeling down or depressed or going through any of that, please do me a favor and share this video with as many friends as you can. I really hope that this video helps people out there, but they need to actually see it. So please make sure to share with your friends. Comment if you have more tips that can help people dealing with depression, or any word of encouragement that can help people go on, then please comment down below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and most importantly, subscribe. I really would like us to grow bigger this year, so please make sure to subscribe. I'm sending you all love, light, peace, and happiness, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.